Kia ora e whānau, nā mai hara mai. Te whanganui atara, hello and welcome to Wellington tonight. Thursday evening hoops, Sky Broadband Rapid League about to come your way. Sells NBL a little later on. Looking forward to this. The Saints and the Bulls, so many storylines tonight. But there is no doubt an epic clash coming your way. Amped April is up and running. The action continues. Justin Nelson with you tonight, sitting right alongside me. Natu Tofale, nice to see you, Natu. And I think there's going to be some fireworks tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice to be here. Talofa lava. Kia ora, everyone. Saints trying to get into that top 6, and the Bulls trying to solidify their position in the top 3.
Yeah, early days. Sells NBL to come tonight, and there is going to be a fair bit going on between the Saints and the Bulls. Right now, though, it's all about the Sky Broadband Rapid League. If you're new to this competition, 4x4 minute quarters. Only the players coming off the bench in the Sells NBL tonight are allowed to run around and play in the Rapid League. You can see the Saints there. Good start to the season, 3-1 as we continue to the bottom half of the ladder. And this is how it is looking early days in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. That'll change for you in a moment. Hawks in 6th. Pretty sure it's going to change for you. There you go. Tuatara in 7th and down to... You can see the Bulls in 11th there. 1-4 on the season so far. Let's have a look at the Bulls starters for this one. Love their uniforms, by the way. That lavender purple. This is how they line up. Varnell, Coca Gray, Hughes, Noirfor and Anderson. They've got some real playmakers here. Some big scorers. Only the one win so far, just trying to string it together. Saints, on the other hand, well, this is a team that runs. Expect a lot of energy from the Saints tonight. Evans Jr., Dougal Meter, Pilcher, young Aubrey Chunga gets a start. We'll talk about him in a moment. And Luca Richards rounds out the starting unit for the team in black. Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. Pretty even across the board, but of course, as we said, one sitting in 2nd on the ladder, one in 11th, Natu. Let's have a look at the officials. The Barter Card officials ready to go. Callum Welsh, Amy Jo Clark, and Elijah Mareko. Bulls in the purple. And the Saints in the black with the gold pinstripe. Noirfor and Richards in the jump. Callum Welsh tosses it up, and it'll be a Saints ball to open this one up with Evans Jr., who is having a wonderful season yet again in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, and that is just the start that the Map Mills Albert Wellington Saints were after.
Yeah, great ghost screen there by Mani Dougal Mita, which allowed Caslo Evans Jr. to get to the basket, to have the space to get to the basket.
Puts the first one in off the glass. Trip to the Chemist Warehouse for the end one. And the opening 3 points of the evening going the way of the Wellington Saints. Let's see how the Bulls respond. They respond by nearly turning it over. Nice hands by Arthur Pilcher. Of course, no Troy Plumtree now. He's headed over to the States. Kel Poly to start his collegiate career. We wish him well. Varnell can hit a 3.
Yeah, great pin down. The battle with Varno and Caslo Evans is going to be interesting, as is the battle with Luca Richards and Noirfor.
Dougal Meter closed down outside. Richards is fouled by Noirfor. Christian Varno will be really happy to see that one go down. He's been struggling a little bit from the arc, going at just 18% in the Rapid League, and we know he's a shooter, so he gets his eye in. Look out.
Yeah, exactly. All it takes is one shot to go down, and he gets his rhythm. He'll be back making hoops.
Here's Richards at the Chemist Warehouse. Makes good of that one. Early stages, of course, of tonight's Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Richards on the second, and a perfect start at the moment for the Saints. Coaching staff on the sidelines. Here's Varno keeping the dribble alive.
Great help from Richards.
Inside, outside. Coca Gray now sends it down to Nwafor, just flicks it up. Unable to finish. Evans Jr. always busy. Dougal Meter on the pass inside. Gets it to the young man. His first shot in Rapid League from the corner. And we're going to talk about Aubrey Chunga in a minute.
Bit nervous there, you know. First shot rapidly. Young Aubrey Chunga.
He's wearing the number 8. Just 16 years of age, Aubrey Chunga. And I know you know a little bit about him, Natu, but the word is one of the youngest ever players to debut for the Saints.
Absolutely. Great talent. He's out of Hutt International Boys School in the Hutt Valley.
There he is.
And I think, yeah, he's with the junior Tall Black squad as well. So very talented young man.
We wish him well tonight on debut. Saints add another one from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Early stages here tonight.
Great pressure from Pilcher.
Quickly up the floor. Varno goes it alone. Pilcher blocks it away. Saints come up with it. And again, they look for an early exit. Evans Jr. underneath. And maybe just stepping on the line, yeah, Arthur Pilcher, who is known for that baseline drive. Cuts well along the baseline, Arthur Pilcher. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. And you can see there's that cut. Stepping on the white line.
Good pressure from Pilcher.
Nwafor sends it into the corner. Zion Anderson.
It's great D from Aubrey Chunga there, closing out on that baseline.
Bulls to bring it in, down 3 early. Nwafor averages 7.7 rebounds a game in the Rapid League. Outside 3 off the hand of Anderson, misses. Dougal Meter up with it. And the Bulls will be well aware, Natu, not to leave Dougal Meter alone outside. Nwafor good with the hand there. And another foul against the Bulls.
Agree with you on that note, Justin. You know, Mani Dougal Meter has been shooting well in his last 2 games. He's starting to find some form. So,
well, his last time here on this floor, Natu, he hit 6 threes in the Sal's NBL game.
Starting to feel that he's got his rhythm. And all it takes is, you know, a game where you can get your rhythm back, get your confidence back.
Here's Arthur Pilcher. That one just off to the right. Such a big game tonight in the Sal's NBL. Of course, the Saints are coming off that loss to the Rams. Bulls 4-1 on the season. They've been perfect except for a slip-up. A narrow loss to the Hawks. And of course, the last time the Bulls were on this floor in the Sal's NBL was last year in the semi-finals, and they blew the Saints out of the water.
Yep. Saints off and running. Tyrell Hickey's just checked in the game.
He's a good young talent as well. Mounier looking to settle it. Shot clock down to 10.
Mounier, great pass. Great look.
Pilcher in the corner.
Oh.
And that's not his best effort.
No, it's not. Great pass from Mounier. Great vision to see. Make that pass across the floor. Just got to make that, knock that jumper down now. It's pressure now from Kelso Evans. It's good defense. Good switch there, good communication. Oh, collision. We've seen Tyrell Hickey and Pilcher go down, but great save from Mani Dougal Meter. Great drive.
Bulls come up with it. Up and back stuff at the moment. Inside the last minute of this first quarter. Anderson just knocked out of his hand by Hickey. Mounier now. Sees Nwafor, puts him on the back foot. Doesn't mind the matchup here, young Hassan Mounier. sends it out. Evans Jr. for three, comes up short. Loose ball, picked up, blocked, pushed away by Nwafor. The shot from Pilcher, and a foul mid-court against Heke. And just a little bit of craziness up and down the floor for the last 60 seconds. 7-3 as the first quarter comes towards an end. Casey Nwafor, hard player to get around, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's big, he's athletic, he's strong.
Let's see what the Bulls can do here. Coca Gray on the drive, looking back for Nwafor, knocked out by the Saints. Tell us a little bit about Casey Nwafor Natu. He's been in and around a lot of school basketball, of course, over the last 5 or 6 years, and progressing now into a bona fide senior player in the Sal's NBL, isn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's been trying to find a home for a few years after coming out of Rotorua Boys High School.
Coca Gray with the three. That'll count right on the buzzer. Exactly what the Bulls needed. So they head in with some confidence. 1 quarter down tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Low-scoring affair. Saints 7, Bulls 6. What did you make of the opening 4 minutes?
Yeah, I think both teams trying to settle on what they're, especially out on the floor, and what their systems are, what they're going to run, looking for the advantages they can have in the half court. Saints are always looking to push the ball on the defensive when they get defensive boards in transition. They're doing a good job of it. They just need to be a bit more clinical in the half court. The Bulls, however, they're hanging in there. They started off really slowly, but they've managed to, get some parity with their game lately. So, yeah, it's still poised to be a really good game. We'll just wait and see what happens in the second quarter.
Sal Super Special for this week, the opening week of Amped April in the Sal's NBL. Large cheese pizza, $25.99. Get around that one. Sal's Pass 25 is the code. All of the details there. That is available until next Tuesday. 1 quarter down tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Good time to talk about the FIBA starter. $50 a month for the first 12 months. Sky Broadband, the best way to watch both the Rapid League and the Sal's NBL. Second quarter underway. Opening possession with the Bulls. They trail by 1. As they
bit of a misdirection play at the start of that quarter, just trying to get their shooter open.
Coca Gray sends it on to Anderson, gets it back, unable to finish. Now the Saints come forward. Good opening look for the Bulls.
Was great execution.
Richards has it knocked out of his hand. Bulls come up with it. They get on the move quickly. Varno, good screen. Nwafor, little floater. That doesn't go down. And now look at this. Evans Jr. quarterback pass. Good thinking to Richards. Just unable to execute. Luca Richards, of course, a former Jet. The Saints go up against the Jets this Sunday afternoon. That game live and free on Sky Open as well in New Zealand. Going to be a good matchup. Nwafor, handy.
That's just too easy. You can't play too deep in the drops there. Luca Richards needs to play a little bit higher on that play.
And the Bulls out by 1. Pilcher, hand by Anderson. Bulls come up with it again. Another early steal in this second quarter. Coca Gray.
Great finish.
Didn't look like it off the hand.
A couple of turnovers has caused a few problems for the Saints. Just got to take care of the ball.
Back-to-back baskets for the Bulls. Dougal Meter, Richards wants it inside on Nwafor, gets busy. Nwafor slaps it against the glass. 2 blocks for KC. That was a beauty.
Numbers, they got numbers.
Corner, Coca Gray, Richards off the rim. Saints just need to settle here.
Yep.
They've been looking for some early shots in offense. Let's see what they set up here. Again, they want to work through Richards, don't they?
They just want to be more clinical.
Evans Jr. goes back to the left. And maybe in the end, lucky to get the whistle. That'll be against Coca Gray. As Caslow Evans Jr. picks himself up. This has been a nice little fight back. Early stages by the Bulls, midway through the second quarter. But a nice fight back, Natu.
Absolutely, they're competing well on the defensive end. They're challenging, you know, the post position, post-ups of Luka Richards, and also challenging handoffs. So they're blowing up handoffs really well.
There's that foul. And now Evans Jr. steps up to the Chemist Warehouse. Comes up short on the first one. 50% from the stripe in the Rapid League so far this season, Evans Jr. Second one is good. So margin of 2. Low scoring affair. Bulls came in averaging 32 points a game. Saints 32.5. Here's Anderson on the drive to Noir for the big men's battle. Foul on Luka Richards. And Noir with the soft finish. He'll get the bonus at the Chemist Warehouse.
Noir, I love his soft hands. He's got real soft hands when he's in the act of shooting close to the basket.
Going up nice and strong there, KC Noir.
He did a great job by setting the punch screen and then getting back here to get the pass from Vano.
A really important piece for the Bulls this season. Playing big minutes in the Rapid League, and you'll see him come off the bench tonight in the NZNBL. Backing up the likes of David Aquera.
Horn set here, horn set.
Here's Richards. On the move, Heke. Munier now. Some indecision, floats it up.
Nice.
Speaking of soft touches.
Munier, ex-St. Pat Silverstream, out of the Hutt Valley as well.
Noir to the corner.
Great close out. Oh.
Long three off the hand of Peyton Hughes. We know he can light it up. I think he had 20 in a game in the Rapid League a couple of weeks ago. Munier nearly overdid it. Sends it out to the youngster Chunga on debut, and that's one that he'll take back. It's all experience in the end. 50 seconds to play in the opening half here. BNZ player timeout alive for both teams. And the Bulls, a handy comeback in this second quarter. Here's Saville. Using the screen of Noir Coca Gray.
Drive by Coca Gray. And
Noir down it goes.
There's
good setup.
Communication from the Saints there. You know, Luka Richards didn't communicate.
Margin out to 5. Heke sends it down to Richards. Mismatch there, and a hand in the end. Might have been Anderson with the foul. It is. So Zion Anderson with the foul. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Good decision in the end. And look at that. Casey just lurking and waiting.
Open, Doug. Just poor communication on the defensive end between Heke and Luka Richards.
16.9. Shot clock at 14. Richards, big battle tonight with Noir Dougal Meter open for 3. Good setup by Richards too.
Yeah.
Let's
Bulls might take their player time. No.
They elect not to, the Bulls. They had the option. Saville spinning. Comes up short. So maybe should have used the BNZ player timeout.
Absolutely.
In fact, Coach Joe Reddish just saying that to his players on the sidelines. You had your chance to come in and have a chat and advance the ball with just over 5 seconds to play. And at halftime, the Bulls lead this one tonight by 2. Here's that Dougal Meter 3. Richards just setting him up nicely, and you don't need to give too much space to Rangi Marier Dougal Meter, do you?
No, he's in some good form with his three-point shooting of late, and that was just too easy. But like we said, the Bulls could have used their player timeout and had at least 6 seconds on that, and could have been able to run up, come up with something at least a lot more better than the last play they had.
Chemist Warehouse stats, scoring hard to come by tonight. Casey Nwafor leading the way with 7 points for the Bulls. Saints sharing it around at the moment as we continue to have a look through the stats. Rebounds, Dougal Meter with 4 of those. Rebounds for the Bulls, just 2 so far in the game. Very, very light on, although showing 4 at our end. The assists, Coca Gray with a couple. Nwafor's had 2 very entertaining blocks, as you would come to expect from the big fella. He's been in the thick of it, hasn't he? And the Bulls winning the steals as well. All of the stats, of course, with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. And a real arm wrestle.
It is indeed. You know, the Saints have had 5 turnovers in the first half. And they've led to the Bulls getting back into this contest.
Bulls 6 of 16 shooting, Saints 3 of 9. So as you mentioned, those turnovers have been a problem for the Saints so far in this one. But they're well within it, aren't they? Margin of 2. Sal's NBL last night. Rams got home by 16 against the Airs. What a game that was. Rams looking really good, aren't they?
Yep. They've been, well, it's been 10 years when they initially set up their Mainland Eagles Academy, and yeah, the fruits of those labours have come through in the last 3-4 years.
So many players. Of course, we're seeing the Isaac brothers doing great things right now. Speaking of great things, Caslow Evans Jr. with the slice and dice and the nice dime in the end to Richards. He puts it in to tie it up, and he'll get the bonus at the Chemist Warehouse. Have a look at this. Finds a path through.
Straight line drive.
Got Casey Nwafor off the floor. Really good setup by Evans Jr. And now a chance for the Saints early in the third to retake the lead, and they do. Aaron Young's happy. Haven't seen Chris Tupu tonight, who's usually coaching this Sky Broadband Rapid League team for the Saints. Not sure if he's in the building. Joe Reddish has got the whiteboard for the Bulls. Saville under pressure. Nwafor. Coca Gray runs into Richards. Nowhere to go. Turnover. No, they keep it just. Coca Gray from the corner. Well, they've made something out of nothing there.
Yeah. It's just effort. You know, it's just effort from Coca Gray to get after the ball.
And the Bulls retake the advantage. Evans Jr. Got to be the fastest player in the competition, I reckon, Caslow Evans Jr. Turnover, not a good pass from Dougal Meter. Varno,
he's quick.
Off the glass, finishes. Speaking of effort, reward for effort there for Christian Varno.
Yeah, great defense, and just a poor turnover there from Caslow Evans Jr.
Nice patch for the Bulls. Some indecision. Chunga. Evans Jr. stepping through. Little look away underneath to Pilcher was nice. And this Bulls team starting to cause some headaches for the Saints. Of course, there's no coach timeouts in Rapid League. Teams do have their BNZ player timeout, 1 per half. Here's the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. And that reach around foul always looks messy, doesn't it? Saville.
Saints off it. Great. Look at the effort from Meter. Dougal Meter. A great D, and the
just unable to finish underneath Evans Jr. Dougal Meter comes down to help out. Saints reset.
Pass.
Richards. Corner.
Great extra.
For 3. Oh. Doesn't go down for the young man.
Great boards from Pilcher. So Pilcher hitting the glass. Gets his 2. That might have been Chunga's first points in Rapid League.
Varno busy on Pilcher. Saville for 3. And they answer the Bulls just like that.
It's the simple stuff there from the Bulls. Come down on ball. created dominoes and then pitched to the open man for an easy shot.
Might have been a deep 2, in fact. Whistle there. It was a deep 2, that last shot. Just the 2. 1:24 to play in the third. What are your thoughts on the Saints and the Bulls tonight? The Bulls love that gritty, in close contest. They're going at only 86 points a game, I should say, the Bulls. The Saints at 102. The Saints are the #1 offensive team in the Sal's NBL as Dougal Meter misses. The Bulls are the #2 defense, giving up only 77 a game.
Should be a good contest, a high-octane offense of the Saints against the nuggety defense of the Bulls. We're in for a contest.
Here's a question without notice. Bulls are #2 defensively in the Sal's NBL. Who's #1, Natu?
It's got to be the Rams.
Well, they've had a good start to the season, but it's actually the Tauranga Whai, #1 defensively at the moment. They don't give a lot up. Very, very disciplined team. And they've got the best defense in the competition right now. Mind you, I don't think the Rams are too far behind both of them. Conversion there from the Chemist Warehouse. Margin at 2. Just over 1 to play in the third.
Well,
they wanted Noir 4 inside
they
there.
Didn't get him.
And it opened up Zion Anderson.
That's good execution from the Bulls.
Saints defensively overplayed. KC Noir 4 inside. Pilcher under pressure. Got the spin to the hoop though. Unable to finish. Hecky underneath. Look at Noir 4. Third block of the game for him.
Great wall up from Noir 4 and Anderson.
Here is Anderson. Noir 4 slips the screen wide open here as he receives.
Great.
Hughes for 3. Doesn't get the drop.
He had a good look.
He's averaging 7 a game in the Rapid League. Peyton Hughes had that big burst.
10 seconds.
About 20.
8.
Got to do something late here.
Nice drive.
Evans Jr. gets the roll. Handy basket there for the Saints. And again, late in the piece, I know teams don't like to use that BNZ player timeout until deep in the second or deep in the fourth, but maybe an opportunity. The Bulls giving up there at 3/4 time. 2 points in it tonight. Really good quarter for the Bulls. But the Saints aren't far away. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. And how good has KC Noir 4 been? Look at this, just straight up. Hard to get over, isn't he?
Especially he's played. He doesn't have a sub. He's got no backup big to sub him out, and he's played all the minutes, all 3 quarters. Sucking air at the moment on the bench there.
KC Noir 4. Tobias Cameron warming up over in the background there. FIBA starter, $50 a month for the first 12 months. skybroadband.co.nz. Tay Hardy's in the building. He's had a wonderful start to the season. Look out for him tonight. He'll be a key figure. 22 points a game, 6.5 assists. What's the quick message here for both teams, Natu?
Both teams. If I'm the Saints, I'd be more clinical and with their offense. With the Bulls, it's probably keep doing what they're doing because they've been behind. They were behind in the first quarter, but managed to get things together with their offense. And their offense looks really good when Vanel's out there running it. You know, he's just getting them into their spots.
Well, here he is, right on cue. Christian Vanel. Noir 4 again.
Yeah, good hard show there from Luca Richards.
Noir 4 had a runner in Anderson underneath. Went it alone. And they reset off an offensive board. Keeping it in, just. Varno was a little bit clumsy, wasn't it? Anderson now has to go over. Dougal Meter. Wasn't far away either. Every basket's going to be important here. Just leaning in, Coca Gray with the foul. Again, that pace of Evans Jr. always creates some problems.
Yeah. He's really good at looking for seams where he can just put the jets on and get to the rim.
Richards to Dougal Meter. Just a set play there for the Saints off the baseline. The inbound ball executed perfectly, I should say.
Saints up 1.
They retake the lead.
25-24.
Coca Gray from distance. Saints go again. And yet again, wanting to go hard is Evans Jr. Might have just got a friendly decision there. Looked like it actually came off his leg.
I thought it might have come off him as well. Very lucky.
Let's see if they run the same here. They don't. I think Dougal Meter wanted the same inbound play to be run.
But Pilcher got a quick duck in, and so...
Watch this. I think this is going into the hands of Dougal Meter. Evans Jr. to bring it in. No, there's going to be a stop and a correction on the score table. So when this comes in, look out for the Richards screen down.
Richards
to free up Dougal Meter. And Meter to come out and have a look at a 3. The Saints are well set for it. They executed it really well moments ago. There's the screen. Dougal Meter didn't get clear of Varno. Heke underneath on the drive. He's
a good
fouled.
Strong drive by Heke.
2:54 to play. Chemist Warehouse stats. Caslow Evans Jr. up to 6 points now. Dougal Meter has 6 as well for the Saints. Harrison Coca Gray with 8 for the Bulls. Noir with 7.
He's impressed me with the shooting, Harrison Coca Gray. He's been shooting the ball really well from the 3-point line.
He's had a couple of threes tonight, Harrison Coca Gray. Heke converts.
It was good pressure. It was good pressure from the Saints up to 4.
Evans Jr. working over Varno.
Into their second.
Noir to Anderson.
This is better defense from the Saints. They're switching it high.
Anderson. Noir all tangled up. Shot clock at 1. They've got to go. Varno has to shoot. That's gone off late for mine. That won't count.
Late.
Yep. So missed opportunity there for the Bulls. Not sure that they were fully aware of the clock. You can see it here well before the shot. Well picked up by the Barter card officials. And it always hurts a little bit more when you see the ball drop through the bottom of the net.
It's just great communication from the Saints on that defensive set. They just...
Still a long way to go, Natu, but they score here, the Saints. Starts to make things really interesting.
Go screen and a drive. Same play as the first play they ran in the first quarter.
Noir did well defensively.
Yeah.
Coming back the other way, Coca Gray can't get the drop. May get a hand in the lane, though. He does. Another turnover for the Saints. Can the Bulls make them pay? Coca Gray. Corner. Hughes in the end for 3. Unable to put it down.
They had a good look.
Missed a couple of opportunities, haven't they?
Yep.
Saints back in control. Just over 90 seconds to play. Dougal Meter from the Chemist Warehouse side. That was hugely ambitious. I've seen him hit a few of those before, though. Yep. So you don't mind the look. Very early in the shot clock. That would have been some sort of a basket. Sal's NBL Thursday Night Hoops coming your way from 7 p.m. local time. Join us for that one. Saints and the Bulls tonight. And the Bulls have missed some opportunities.
Posting.
Corner. Dougal Meter for 3.
Ball.
Big basket for the Saints.
It's great post up from Pilcher, and that drew 2 defenders with what's left. Marnie open.
Coca Gray can't respond. Goes a second time. Heke with the block.
Twin towers in there. Richards and Heke.
Under a minute now. BNZ player timeout alive for both teams. Saints by 6. Dougal Meter. Closed down quickly by Anderson. Strong drive now. Noir with the rebound. Bulls need to get going, and they need to make something happen here. Varno over Pilcher. Misses. Evans Jr. rebound. And a foul underneath from Varno. Not what the Bulls needed. Got to say, they've had their opportunities, though, in this last quarter. Yet to score. It's actually been an 8-0 run by the Saints.
Yeah, I thought with about when Varno had that defensive rebound, they had 30-odd seconds. They could have called a player timeout. Advance the ball, get set with the play. However, he came down and threw up a sort of an inverted 3. Evans
Jr. 2 of 2 from the Chemist Warehouse. That takes it out to 8. Anderson's got to go quick for 3. He's short. And they're just going to settle it here, the Saints. Do they use their player timeout? They don't. They bring it across halfway. 6 on the clock. They know they've got this one all sewn up. Maybe a late opportunity here for the Bulls. And I reckon they've called that BNZ player timeout a tad too late. So they've missed that opportunity a few times tonight. Final score here, Saints get home 32-24 in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. They move to 4-1 on the season. Really good start for the Saints. The Bulls slip to 1-5. But they had their chances. Couldn't score in that last quarter.
Yeah, and like you said, Justin, you know, the use of the player timeout. You know, these are things that, you know, you'd think that these teams would be practicing.
Working on during the week.
And during the week, you know, you get down this many points and you're down, you got this much time, bang, it's instant.
Chemist Warehouse stats from that one. Dougal Meter ends up with 9. Coca Gray leading the way for the Bulls with 8. As we have a look at the rebounds, Dougal Meter had a good game, 5 for him. Evans Jr. as always getting busy. He had 5 as well. A couple of assists for Richards and Anderson. Coca Gray I thought was really good for the Bulls.
Yeah, I thought so too. Thought he shot the ball well, defended well. Seemed to be quite active in both ends of the floor.
Noir with a couple of blocks in that first half. Heke with his blocks in the second half. Varno and Coca Gray with a couple of steals each. But a win for the Saints. 32-24. Their Sky Broadband Rapid League season is going well. Nick Mazinski warming up for the Saints ahead of tonight's big clash. Looking forward to this one. Thursday night hoops in the NZNBL. And let's just remind everyone that last time the Bulls played on this floor, semi-finals last season, and they won by 30 points plus. I don't think the same thing is going to happen tonight, but we'll find out soon enough. Make sure you join us from 7 p.m. local time here in New Zealand. Can't wait for tonight's big game, the Saints and the Bulls. We'll see you soon.
So please put your hands together and welcome out the Preston Bulls. Almost that time, Wellington. Whistler's lights. Let's see you, Wellington. Let's see you. Saints family, it's showtime. So welcome back to TSB Arena as we continue our 2025 campaign. Please make some noise and welcome the stars Saints family, there's one more introduction that needs no introduction. It is number 85, the number one mascot in all of that. He's out, the one and only, Basquetbol. Surely it's the norm, Wellington. Surely. We're going to do this.
Kia ora, no mai, hara mai, te whanganui atara. Hello and welcome to the home of the Mills Albert Wellington Saints here on the waterfront. Hope you're all well. Big one coming up tonight, Thursday night hoops in the Cells NBL. Two teams, both with a fair bit on their plate. The Saints up against the Bulls. Settle in, because this will be some sort of a contest. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me is Natu Tofale. Natu, welcome to you. These are two teams expecting big things in season 2025. Saints coming off a loss. They're 2-2 on the season. The Bulls, a good start to the season. They're 4-1.
Yeah, absolutely, Justin. Pivotal game for the Saints because they're 2-2. You know, they dropped this one. It puts them back in the pack. However, the Bulls, you know, you can't say they can afford a loss, but they've been playing really well of late.
Mixandpick.com, there's the QR code on screen. It's fun and free. We want to hear from you. Love our viewers having their say. And at the moment, Bulls 37% of the vote. The rest with the Saints. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to go with the Saints tonight.
Here's the ladder at the moment in the Cells NBL. The Rams with a win last night over the SG. They look good, don't they? Yeah. The Rams 4-1. The Phi, the Bulls, they're all tied up there in those top three positions. Jets play the Saints on Sunday afternoon. That's going to be a very interesting game. Looking forward to that. Here's the bottom half of the ladder. That's where the Saints sit at the moment, 2-2 on the season. Only the Giants and the Panthers without a win so far. It is the opening week of Amped April. Lots and lots of basketball coming your way. Let's have a look at what sits ahead of us. Panthers and the Nuggets tomorrow night at Pullman Arena. Sharks and the Tuatara tomorrow night down in Invercargill. Now, I do believe that Davo Hickey will be playing for the Tuatara tomorrow night. So keep an eye on that one, of course. He was a star in the Australian NBL with the Illawarra Hawks this past season. Giants still searching for their first win. Ayers coming off last night's loss. That's on Saturday. The Five had a wonderful start to the season. The Hawks look like they will have 3 incoming players on Saturday night, so they are definitely going to strengthen up. Sunday, 3 games, Nuggets and Tuatara, Jets and Saints I mentioned, and the Panthers take on the Sharks. Let's have a look at the Bulls starters for this one tonight. Hardy, the Cameron boys, Tobias and Flynn, both in the starting lineup. David Aquera and Till Gloger, the German centre. They have had a 4-1 start to the season. Flynn Cameron came off the bench in his opening game last week for the Bulls. I had the chance to talk to him a short time ago. Flynn, new colours, first time into the team last week. How'd you fit in? How was it? And more to the point,
Good.
What can we expect?
It was good. You know, new team, new colours, but it was also exciting just to be back here in the NZNBL. Okay, we got the job done as well. So yeah.
Saints, always a tough proposition here in the capital. What do you expect tonight?
Obviously, they got Sean Bruce, got Zay back. They got a big to deal with, but we'll have our hands full. But we're excited.
And back playing basketball again with your brother, obviously coming off a huge season in Australia, but how good is it to be back home with family and friends and with your brother?
It's always good, you know, family first, so it's always good.
Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it.
I think he's done a little bit of media training because he didn't give too much away. He very, very short answers. He's locked in, he's ready to go, but yeah, didn't want to give too much away, Natu.
Just like his old man.
Just like his old man. Saints starters for this one tonight. They'll be hoping to bounce back after that loss to the Rams on Sunday afternoon. Bruce, Leafa, Marshall, Harris and Mazinski. It's a pretty settled lineup, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, they're settled on their lineup, and they'll be wanting a good performance tonight, especially after that loss to the Rams.
Hiram Harris is such a big part of this team. Let's go and hear from him now. Hiram, a bit of a hiccup against the Rams last week. What did you and the team take out of that one?
I think obviously we let them get going in that first quarter, and then from there we're just trying to recover the whole game. So come out early with an aggressive mindset, and obviously just try and clean up those rebounds as well.
Yeah, you get the chance to regroup and refresh, and here at home against the Bulls, what are some of the key plans tonight?
Like I said, rebounding. I think early in that Rams game we let them get too many O boards, and then that's something that helped them get that big win. So taking care of the rebounds, offensive and defensive rebounds, and then kind of getting into our spots in transition.
Very much different teams compared to last year. Last time the Bulls were here, though, they had a big win, of course, during the finals. Has that been spoken about, or just absolute clean slate and off we go?
No, we haven't spoken about that, no. Yeah.
All the best tonight.
Thank you.
I love that answer at the end. Asked him about that semi-final loss on this court last year, of course, when the Bulls took down the Saints by 37 points. Has it been mentioned during the week? Nope. Not even talked about. So, mind you, no doubt it will be on the minds of a few people, including the Saints fans in the house tonight. As I said, the last time the Bulls came here was in the semi-final last year, Nato, and you can see it there, fourth line down on the Chemist Warehouse stats. In my time, I haven't seen the Saints lose a game by 37. That is right up there, isn't it?
That was definitely a game they won't want to remember, and a performance they won't want to remember. So, new year, new time, new game,
new coach.
New coach.
Saints top scoring team in the competition. The Bulls are the second best defense in the competition, and as we saw from the Chemist Warehouse stats, the Bulls give away more fouls than any other team, and they're number one for turnovers so far this season as well. Barter Card officials Callum Welch, Hayden Pipe and Amy Jo Clark. Just going to bring that mixandpick.com poll back up for you. There's been a bit of movement. Although the Bulls did get up to 45%, that has dropped off. So the Saints fans have rallied just before tip-off tonight. And they go in as the favourites for this one. There's Aaron Young talking to the Saints. Coming off that loss, of course, against the Rams on Sunday afternoon. They're a formidable lineup, the Rams. Saints will be disappointed, though.
Yeah, they will be. However, you know, this is a time for Aaron to start getting some cohesion with his group together. It's still quite early, and I feel like, you know, they will know what they have to do to be ready to take on the Rams the next time they come around.
Sky Broadband Rapid League earlier tonight. The Saints got the win over the Bulls 32-24. Looking forward to seeing how the Saints respond tonight. The Bulls just the one loss so far this season. They went down to the Hawks, of course, in a thriller at the Stockyard by a couple of points. Saints fans in the house. They love their 12-time Sal's NBL champs. They always come out in big numbers and lots of voice. Good atmosphere here at TSB Bank Arena tonight. Isaiah Liafa hasn't got off to the hottest of shooting starts this season, but you just know if he gets going, he's going to land a big blow. The way he teams up with Hiram Harris is a delight to watch as well.
Yeah. I'm sure Isaiah knows what's required this season, and I think, you know, he's getting into some rhythm now. And his defense is where it starts for him, I think. You know, when he gets his confidence back with his defense and he's doing a good job there, that leads to his offensive game coming.
Hello to everyone at the good home in Pukekohe tonight. The Bulls, of course, have a big watch party on. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday night as we get ready for this big clash. Flynn Cameron coming out. Can't wait to see him in action. Back on court, of course, with his brother Tobias. Can they continue this hot start to the season? The Logic Franklin Bulls. Can the Mills Albert Wellington Saints bounce back and do what they do best here on their home floor? The semi-final of last year, it's done and dusted, it's gone. As these two renew acquaintances, we're underway. The Saints with the opening tip, and they will get the first chance to score. Brewster Harris. Harris to Liafa. Sends it down low. Mazinski and Gloger, big match-up tonight. Here's Nick Mazinski, threads it through to Harris underneath. Got a little hand, doesn't get the finish. And defensively, the Bulls stand up.
Good hands there from Flynn Cameron.
Going to be a foul off the ball here. That is going to be against Tobias Cameron. It's a push on Hiram Harris, so well picked up by the Barter Card officials. Tobias Cameron just pushing into Harris. And it was well spotted.
He's trying to set the tone real early. It's going to be a fight.
Cameron's got to be really careful there, stretching in on Marshall. Marshall had over 30 last time here in the capital, misses that drive.
Nice on ball there just to get Marshall to the rim. Unfortunately, he missed that one.
Bulls set. Flynn Cameron steps around Mazinski. Just put it up off his left hand too. I like that. And he's been fouled. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse.
Obviously, Mazinski not vertical, and playing in that drops allows Flynn to get to the paint, get that paint touch, and then make a shot. Unfortunately for Mazinski, he wasn't vertical on that play. Got to wall up and stay vertical.
So opening chance of scoring tonight will come from the Chemist Warehouse. Flynn Cameron puts the first down. Of course, Chemist Warehouse donating dollars off every made free throw in the Sal's NBL this season, going towards hoops in schools and hoops in parks. Fantastic initiative. Flynn Cameron splits the pair. Marshall. Great defense by Cameron underneath, hustling for it, and he's been called for the foul. Unlucky in the end. Did all the hard yards. Coach said Blime yelling out 50-50 ball, and I tend to agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
So lots of voice from the Bulls bench early in this one. There is Sebastian Blime. He's not
Love
happy.
Sebastian Blime.
Yeah,
love him. His animatics is just
it's great,
animated,
isn't it?
man. He's just animated. It's great to see a coach like that in our league.
Both he and Mike Fitchett, I just love watching them go about their coaching. Nick Mazinski gets the soft touch.
Get that hook shot in.
Saints on the board. He's going to be a big target tonight. The American matching up with the German Tim Gloger. Look away pass picked off by Liafa. He's got the runner in Marshall to his left. Just fumbled it. Gets it back. Pocket pass into Mazinski.
Great high on ball, two-man game at the top there. Beautiful pocket pass. Nice finish from Mazinski.
And he picked it up well off his knees as well, Mazinski, didn't he? Aquera, first look at him tonight for three. Falls short, Bruce with the rebound. Saints come again, out by three. Liafa. And another foul on the Bulls. They are the #1 fouling team in the competition. 3 early fouls.
It is expected when you play this aggressively on the defensive end. So
Tobias Cameron, Flynn Cameron and Gloger with 1 foul each. Gloger takes a seat. KC Noir 4 into the game. Marshall, baseline drive, up he goes with the double-handed flush. Nick Marshall.
Great quick ball reversal, allows him to drive to the basket and get up.
Had 35 last time out here for the Saints. Great start for Nick Marshall tonight. Aquera, foot on the line for 2. Nick Marshall hasn't been re-signed by the Adelaide 36ers. He's a free agent in the Aussie NBL. I reckon there's a few teams that'll be looking at him at the moment. Playing very well here in New Zealand. Liafa trying to shake Cameron. Harris to the corner. Bruce with the up fake. Little runner from the short corner.
Great play. Great heads-up play from Harris. Hiram Harris driving with eyes up. Pitch to Sean Bruce in the corner, and he made a nice little floater. Saints controlling the tempo early.
Timeout Bulls. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
There goes Marshall for that big slam. Great rip and drive on the baseline, and you know he is athletic. He's pretty quick. He can get up there, so great read by him to get to the rim.
Crowd certainly loved that one. Really good from the Saints. They're out early, 8-1. Sebastian Blime calling his charges in. He wants a chat. What will we be talking about here? We're probably lucky we haven't got the microphones on.
Yeah, I actually think he'll be saying a few things around being not aggressive enough. you know, being under aggressive on the defensive end. You know, you can hear him calling out, get up and in. So that would be my go on that.
2 games tomorrow night in the Sal's NBL. Panthers up against the Nuggets. Panthers searching for their first win of the season. Nuggets without Todd Withers, who's finished his 3-game stint. Nuggets got 2 wins whilst Todd Withers was suited up. Sharks at home to the Tuatara tomorrow night. Sharks 3 straight losses. Tuatara coming off their first win of the season. That'll be a good matchup. First time we get to see Will Davo Hickey. Looking forward to that.
Oh, absolutely.
Cameron aggressively straight away. Couldn't complete it. Noir for Aquera. Good second chance points there for the Bulls.
Absolutely. Aaron Young won't be happy with that. And he immediately, of course, Luka Richards, the kid in the game.
Harris on Aquera. Left it short. Bruce picks it up. Oh, Hiram Harris just stayed underneath.
Bulls should have had that. They should have tidied that defensive board up. These baskets are too easy for the Saints.
Sean Bruce, Tay Hardy matching up tonight. Liafa's got the job on Flynn Cameron. That's actually hit the net on the way through. Fortuitous for the Saints.
It's another turnover. Remember, the Bulls lead the league in turnovers.
That's their 3rd. You're right, they are number 1. Bruce to Harris. Noir 4 does well defensively, forces the turnover. Flynn Cameron now up on Bruce, just finger rolls it in.
Yeah, great finish from Flynn.
Had 15 on debut last week for the Bulls, coming off the bench, starting tonight. Turnover for the Saints. Hardy in the lane, and Hardy will finish. Really good for the Bulls, that defense standing up.
A couple of turnovers from Hiram Harris, which has allowed the Bulls to get back in the game.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's that finish from Flynn Cameron. Second best defense in the competition, the Bulls. Teams being held to 77 points. Saints number 1 offensively in the Sal's NBL, going at 102 per game. They do give up 96 though, the Saints. Marshall. Liafa, gee, they nearly gave that up as well. Aquera, those long arms. Bruce, that's a tough shot over Hardy. Made it look easy.
Great shot from Bruce.
Saints by 6. Marcel Jones into the action now.
Saints in a 2-3 zone now. Well, they were out of that now.
Aquera. Harris in front of him, spinning, dumps it underneath. That's come off. Noir for Saints get it back. That's another turnover to the Bulls. They're chalking a few up.
Yep.
Down by 6, midway through the first. Dougal Meter into the action for the home team. And a little bit of pressure up the floor here, although Aquera and Marcel Jones back it off now. Here's Marshall. Bruce on the move, gave it up. Good defense from Aquera. Now Marshall goes over Hardy. Can't get the drop. Battle on the boards. Marshall comes up with it. Richards is out there. Harris in the corner for 3. And the Saints unable to convert.
Broken up play. Great hands by Richards to get a hand on it and get the ball out to Hiram, but he just couldn't make that 3.
Here's Tay Hardy, one of the best so far this season. Aquera looked really good off the hand.
He's missed a few.
Scoring drawing up. Oh, stepping on the sideline. Dougal Meter.
As a coach, you hate that.
As a player, you hate it.
That's a coach killer.
Casey, Frank and I, we joke about it all the time. The sideline never, ever loses, ever. And turnovers are the story of this game so far for both teams. Hardy, Gloger with the screen. There's another turnover for the Bulls. Mazinski to Bruce.
Great hands from Mazinski on that on ball. High hands, he gets a deflection out to Bruce for the layup.
5th turnover for the Bulls. Oh, nearly a 6th. Deep 2, Gloger. That's handy.
It's pretty solid, Gloger.
Margin back to 6.
Solid at that mid-range.
12.6 rebounds a game for the German. Liafa loves that look. Absolutely loves that look, doesn't he?
Little handoff 3.
How many times have we seen that over the years? Youngest ever player to debut for the Wellington Saints. That is just 101 from Isaiah Liafa.
You don't want him to get in rhythm.
Makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Hardy out of control. Flynn Cameron boxed in the corner. He gets it back. Fires over Dougal Meter. That won't go down. And in the end, Aquera's knocked it out of play.
Disjointed on offense, the Bulls at the moment. The Saints have the ability to go up double digits on this position here.
Saints winning the points in the paint. Sorry, Natu, 10-6. Nearly added another 2 there. And that is turnover number 6 for the Bulls. Seb Glime will be speaking about that at quarter time. Harris adds a triple. This is a big start for the Saints tonight. 21-9.
Almost another turnover.
Gloger, deep 2.
Mid-range.
He's hit a couple. And he's just settling things down for the Bulls. They need that. They've got to get some stops. Marshall, Harris, Liafa working hard from outside to inside to outside with the pass. Down it goes. Nick Marshall was set outside the arc for about 3.5 months then.
Saintson gets action and just throw and goes, and Marshall gets an open 3.
Cameron misses underneath, and again the Saints come. Margin at 13. Marshall feeling it. Aquera able to stand up there. That turnover count is a real worry right now. It sits at 6. And they've probably been lucky on 3 or 4 other occasions.
Quite easily could have had 8 to 9 turnovers.
Marshall, Mazinski, straight down the alley.
Too easy.
Saints are playing some really nice basketball here. This is a big margin now, 15. Jones, catch and shoot. Tobias Cameron with the big 3.
Yeah, they needed that. Jones with a good penetration. Now they have to dig in and get a stop.
Harris too quick for Marcel Jones. And he spotted that at mid-court as well, Hiram Harris. Everyone cleared out for him. Hardy. Gloger for another 2. Jones just threads a needle, gets the drop.
Saints are doing a good job on that high on-ball, defending that hard show and really causing some problems with their the Bulls' offense and delay.
Liafa inside. Mazinski. How's the pass? A bullet pass from Liafa right on the spot. Saints have put away 30 in the opening quarter. Jones, catch and shoot. That's a sweet shot. He's done that a few times over the years, Marcel. Bulls with some late baskets here, but it's still an 11-point margin with 16 seconds to play. Opening quarter belonging to the Saints. Shot clock turned off. They'll go as late as they can here. Nick Marshall on Tobias Cameron, finds a way through. Oh, the Saints with a Thursday banger. They have come out in the opening 10 and they have let the Bulls know they're in for a tough night at the office. Saints lead by 13.
Get a slice. And 3, 2, 1, go. Got that in together. Regan starts with 1. No one not far behind him. What a piece. Regan's got a spot. Oh, with the nuts. Regan with his first miss. He makes that 3. Come on, Noah. 3 apiece, 2 to go. Light work for Regan. Let's go, Noah. Now play 4 apiece, 1 more to go. Keep cheering them on, Regan, Noah. Done 5. My bad. Counting wasn't my thing still. Let's go, Noah. One more. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Noah and Regan. Also, Saints family, let's welcome back our very special friend, 3-time champion, Shane is in the house.
No, my hockey mail, welcome back to TSB Bank Arena tonight, the home of the Saints. They lead 32-19 at quarter time. I just want to bring up the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head for everybody again. We spoke about this in the pre-game. Number 1 for turnovers, the Bulls. Number 1 for team fouls as well. And as we head into the second quarter, they are definitely the 2 talking points, aren't they, Natu Tafale?
Yeah, we're starting to see that trend in the first quarter. They've got some time now to get their rhythm back.
Let's see what they do.
Unfortunately, another turnover. Great hands by Isaiah Laufa.
And now the Saints will look for an early blow. Marshall may be lucky there on that push.
Yeah.
Bruce with the miss. And the Bulls come out through Tobias Cameron. To brother Flynn, pull up. Sends it inside to Gloga, who is fouled. And that is much, much better from the Bulls.
Great rim run from Gloga. Great look from Flynn Cameron to get him the ball. Nice and easy. Really close to the hoop. Really effective.
There's the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Harris in disbelief on the foul. Maybe 2 hands in the back there. Not a lot of contact, but the Bulls will be happy to see something go their way. Until Gloga's had a very good start to this game. Standing tall, 7 points so far, leading the way for the Bulls. Margin at 10. Harris over Aquera. Tobias Cameron wants to run here. Again with the up fake. Now a second look. Flynn Cameron. Back-to-back baskets for the Bulls.
Great transition basket. Good timeout from Aaron Young.
Straight away, did not hesitate, did he? So just like that, opening 57 seconds of this second quarter, the Bulls have come out on a 9-zip run. Just what they wanted, just what we want on a Thursday night. The large cheese pizza with thanks to Sal's. All of the code details are there. That's available until next Tuesday. The large cheese for $25.99. Aaron Young, what will he be talking about here, Natu?
Well, one, I think defensive rebounding. You know, Aaron's spoke to me before the game about the need to take care of their defensive boards.
Hello.
And yeah,
Shayeli
in the house. Yeah, from what we hear, you know,
not too far away.
Yeah, there's the protocols around return to play for him. There's a couple of weeks, I think. Not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But
our understanding with the Saints is Sean Bruce, I think, has to leave around about April 12. And Shayeli, as you saw just then, is in the house in Saints colours and not too far away.
Be exciting.
Handy inclusion.
100%.
So margin at 7. Bulls have come out on a 6-0 run, I should say, 6-0. Let's see how the Saints respond here out of that timeout. Sebastian Gleim just working the sidelines, demanding his players to come up defensively. And Bruce has made them pay.
Yeah, he's really angry with that. I think he wanted Grogan to get in a hard show there, and he was waving for them to get more pressure on the ball. Too easy.
Gloga a little bit too far from home. Aquera, Tobias Cameron. Now David Aquera inside, left it short over the top of Mazinski. Loose ball thrown back in by Cameron.
Great contest from Mazinski to get that. Oh, great extra.
Corner ball, 3 doesn't go down for Nick Marshall. Here's Flynn Cameron on Liafa. Good matchup that, isn't it?
Absolutely, the two tall black guards going at it. It's worth the price of admission, I'd say.
No doubt. Early stages in this second quarter. Hope you're enjoying it, wherever you may be watching right around the world. Hello to everyone on ESPN in the United States. Great to have you with us. FIBA YouTube, every other part of the globe. And of course, our family and friends on Sky Sport here in New Zealand. Foul called there.
Oh, low man help. Great help from Mani Dugumita. I think he's a little bit unlucky there.
Is it going to be a shooting foul? It is. So, Bulls will see Till Gloga go to the Chemist Warehouse. Saints aren't happy with that call. Doesn't matter though. First one is good. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. What's your decision on this? Oh, he was going up.
Yeah.
Certainly every indication was just that. And he's earned himself another couple of points. So he's up to 9 in the game now. Leading the way for the Bulls. And they are right back in this contest. Down by as much as 15 in that first quarter. Marshall just threads a needle. Got it up over Aquera. Task was too hard in the end. Cameron again to Gloga. Again who's fouled. And again he'll get to the Chemist Warehouse. He's starting to prove a real handful.
Yeah, Cameron came off that dribble handoff really hard, got into the paint, and got Grogan the Gloga in the dunker spot for a simple, easy layup.
So he makes this, and that 15-point margin has been whittled down to just 4. So some sort of a response by the Bulls. And you just feel like an arm wrestle is about to ensue between these two. Harris is back on the floor. Liafa just too quick around Cameron. Great footwork, wasn't it? Marshall nowhere to go. Harris around Aquera. Through a gap. Pass to Liafa. Underneath. Put back Nick Marshall.
There you go. Nick Marshall coming on the offensive glass on the weak side.
Does that so well, doesn't he, Nick Marshall? Good hand in the lane. Bruce, turnover for the Bulls. Liafa wanted Bruce, who tangled up in the mid-court and went down with Hardy. Smart play and a 3 for Dougal Meter. Timeout called by the Bulls. I'd love to see this play again. Watch the change of decision from Liafa mid-court, and that was because Bruce tangled with Hardy and hit the floor. Oh, we're not going to see it. In fact, we're going to try and get it for you. But the instinctiveness of Liafa, who had picked up the ball, all of a sudden saw that the pass wasn't there for him and still made the play happen. Quite amazing.
Great awareness. Just great awareness of what's happening on the floor. You know, keeping his eyes up to see what's happening in front of him. So great play, and then our man Dougal Meter hitting that 3 in the corner.
Well, that's what he's there to do. He is a 3-point specialist. And just like that, back-to-back baskets for the Saints. And they lead by 9. Watch this mid-court. We'll bring it back and show it again, actually, because it happens right at the start. There's the finish, there's the 3. Let's see if we can just show that again and just watch right at the start the work of Isaiah Liafa. Bruce is the target here. He goes down, just changes his mind like that. Very, very good. And he actually sets up Dougal Meter in the corner as well. Sells pizza on the go. What do you think the message there from Seb Gleim would have been? Got it back to 4, back out to 9 now.
Yeah, they've got to get Oakler. Now they're just going to him now. He's got the ball in the post now.
Aquera.
Oh, great stuff. Great D from Hiram Harris, sitting the chair underneath his feet.
Smart play from Hiram Harris. And that is going to be turnover number 9 for the Bulls. Saints have already scored 10 points from those turnovers and they lead by 9. Again, Sebastian Gleim wants his defense up the floor here. He wants to maintain pressure at all costs. Foul count has turned around. Saints with 3 fouls so far this quarter. Bulls without 1. Aaron Young, new to the Saints this year, of course. Last 3 seasons with the J Cup Auckland Tuatara. 3 straight grand finals as well. All losses. Good hands there from the Bulls. Unlucky.
Very unlucky on that play there. A great hands from Clover.
12 points for him on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet. Harris.
I like that matchup.
So
Harris
does he.
Jones,
So does
Jones
he.
Can't stop that.
So does he. Hiram Harris, his eyes are lighting up right now. He adds another 2, he's up to 9. Into attack, Tobias Cameron. Pass was just too strong for Aquera.
Right there. He turned the corner really hard and should have gone to the rim. It's had too much.
Now, I reckon there's going to be a holding foul off the ball here. There is. It's against Marcel Jones. So, right in front of Callum Welch as well. You don't get away with things like that when you've got a Barter card official standing right beside you. So a foul there on Jones. Keep an eye on that matchup. That's come off a foot. Unfortunate there for Sean Bruce.
I like the way the Saints are getting into actions real quick and moving the ball. It's causing some problems for the Bulls.
Some of his best Aussie rules football work there, Sean Bruce, the Aussie. Aquera on the drive. Bruce defensively, that's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
Aquera adds 2 off the glass. He's starting to see a lot more of it as well. Just 4 points for him. From the corner, Dougal Meter unable to finish. Oh, hot pass from Tobias Cameron. Just unable to take it down low, Aquera.
Too ambitious with that pass. Yeah, they're trying to get in the game. They should just keep working, keep grinding.
Good defense, Jones. Cameron comes up with it, gets on the charge, and is fouled. He'll be rewarded with a trip to the Chemist Warehouse. Rungy Muddy, yeah, Dougal Meter's in a little bit of pain here, by the way, on the baseline. Look at this again, in hard. There's the contact. Tobias Cameron, the beneficiary of the whistle. Good to see Dougal Meter sitting up. Just winded, I would have thought.
Yeah, he's just winded. He's got it on the ribs.
Saints back in action on Sunday at Fly Palmy Arena. Here's another angle And the G.J. Gardner-Holmes replay, just copping one right in the sternum. Jets' first home game of the season, by the way, on Sunday. And I reckon there's going to be a big crowd. You know the fans more than most of us. When they come out in numbers and they get the green on, it is a fantastic atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And they back the team down there, up there, sorry. The community gets right behind the Jets, and it's going to be loud on Sunday. So, and it is that sort of up the road derby.
A little bit of rivalry, big brother, small brother. If you haven't got your tickets to that one yet, I suggest you get on and do it. I'm expecting a huge crowd at Fly Palmy Arena Sunday afternoon. Liafa. Loose ball. Oh, look who comes up with it. Harris to Pilcher. Arthur Pilcher into the game now. Hiram Harris is always on triple-double watch. 9 points for him, 3 assists now, 3 steals as well. Gloger, handy over Mazinski, 14 points.
Nice left-hand hook shot over the right shoulder.
What I like about this Bulls team, they're not going away.
No, they're still hanging in there. And
Harris turns the corner underneath. Pilcher! I don't think it's going to count, though. It's not. There's an offensive foul being called here. So the score won't count. I think this has gone against Hiram Harris after the pass.
Yeah, Tobias Cameron, I think, got on there from the low man side. There he is. Boom.
Pretty hard to argue with that, isn't it?
You can argue with that.
So unfortunate there for young Arthur Pilcher, just into the game. That would have been back-to-back baskets for the young man. So Bulls are going to get possession. Now there is a bit of a conversation going on between the Barter card officials here. 4:12 to play in this opening half. I wonder if they're talking about the basket.
Yeah, clarifying the call.
We're just going to find out. No score. So that's what the conversation was about. The score won't count. Aaron Young's not happy. Seb Glime's got a smile on his face. Gee, life as a coach is hard, isn't it? And we've just sorted out that the foul was on Hiram Harris. I think there was a little bit of confusion because number 12 was signalled to the score table, which of course is Dougal Meter. So Seb Glime definitely wanted that foul on Harris. To the basket. Nice work there.
Nice work.
Flynn Cameron.
Strong drive from Flynn.
He's got himself up to 8 points to go with 4 assists on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet. Bruce. He's got some youngsters out there with him at the moment. Mazinski now. On Gloger.
Bag of the bigs.
Pilcher, great pass inside to Richards. Speaking of the young men, teaming up there.
Nice finish. Great pass from Pilcher. Nice finish from Richards.
Good signs for the Saints. Tay Hardy to Jones. Has already hit 1-3. Flynn Cameron on Liafa. Such a good matchup that is. Jones with the miss. And there's a little foul underneath. It's going to be against Gloger on the rebound. Tay Hardy tonight, averaging 22 points a game. Sean Bruce has the job on Tay Hardy. Tay Hardy, 2 points, 1 shot. There he is. Just can't get into the game, can he? All credit to Sean Bruce right now, winning that battle.
In that first quarter, 6 turnovers, he couldn't get a rhythm going.
Here he is, Sean Bruce. Liafa. Bruce, they switch sides out to Mazinski, back to Bruce. He was doubled. Mazinski, corner. Pilcher, no. Did really well to get a shot up. Yeah, Mazinski's knocked it back to Liafa there. Shot clock at 8. Mazinski. Just a little drop inside.
High pick and roll. Nice soft hand from Mazinski.
Some more second chance points for the Saints. Hardy. There's that close matchup with Bruce. Cameron.
Good
hands again. Mazinski, and the Saints come once more, out by 11. They steady. Couple of minutes to play in this first half. BNZ player timeouts alive for both teams. Keeping the dribble alive. Liafa left it short. And now the Bulls want to go quickly. Hardy, just one shot in the game. There's his second. Tough night for him. Battle on the floor,
Great.
2-on-1. Bruce, Pilcher, Saints are on fire.
Great commitment from Liafa to get on the floor. Save that, keep that play alive, and they get a nice easy layup down the other end.
And just like that, after a game-high margin of 15 in the first quarter, Bulls got it back to 4. It's now out to 13.
Yep. Bit of desperation on the Saints side. Great hustle by Liafa.
Nick Mazinski defensively, hands in lanes, deflections.
Yeah. Absolutely, and deflections can lead to recoveries in another position, and that's just great hands.
Turnover count, 11 for the Bulls, 6 for the Saints. Dying stages of this opening half. Hardy. Cameron. There's Flynn Cameron underneath, keeping it in. Saved by Nwafor. Bulls with an opportunity. Tay Hardy. Oh, the pass picked off underneath. Not his night, Hardy.
Not at all. And again, great hands. The Saints are really active on the defensive end and causing the Bulls problems. It was a 12th turnover.
And just a clumsy foul there on Flynn Cameron.
Just really sloppy on offense at the moment, the Bulls.
He's got that matchup tonight with Isaiah Liafa. And Liafa probably winning that right now. Been held to 3 points, but he's got 6 assists without a turnover and 3 steals. He really has been laying the table for the Saints. Marshall getting up with Nwafor.
Great challenge.
Hardy round the back, another turnover, but he gets it back. And finally rewarded for some work, Tay Hardy. Fouled by Liafa.
What a block. That was a great block by R4.
Getting up strong. Met him up high, didn't he, KC Nwafor?
Great challenge, yeah.
And just what you've been talking about with the Bulls offensively, just there, Tay Hardy, the pass round the back. It was always a 50-50, wasn't it? He's one man that the Bulls will desperately be hoping that he gets going. He's missed that. 72% from the line this season. Just 2 points in this opening half for Tay Hardy. He's only put up the 2 shots. That one goes down. Minute to play. Thursday night basketball in the Sal's NBL, belonging to the Saints right now. Earlier tonight, they won the Sky Broadband Rapid League game 32-24. Bruce, shot clock at 5. Floats it up. Can't put it in. Aquera, rebound. Here come the Bulls. Quickly up to Hardy. Fires over Marshall. Myron Harris.
I thought they might have gone for a 2-for-1, but
slows it down. Had that chance, didn't he?
Yeah.
Shot clock at 10. It's about 8 seconds inside the game clock. BNZ player timeouts alive. Mazinski turns on Nwafor and draws contact. That's clever.
That's clever. And the big fella put her on the floor, get the contact.
Mazinski, 10 points. Has not missed a shot yet. 5 of 5 shooting. 2 rebounds, 3 steals. Saints have 9 steals in the opening half to the Bulls 3.
Arthur, I tell you what, and what's impressed me, Arthur Pilcher's done a great job coming in and having to defend Hardy. He's done a great job.
5.5 minutes, 4 points for him, and as you said, the defensive job as well.
Yeah.
Shooting perfection continues for Nick Mazinski tonight. BNZ player timeout called by the Bulls. So they're going to advance the ball here. BNZ player timeout. Only the players on the floor can talk to each other. No coaches, no subs. And it also means we bring up that QR code on screen for you. With thanks to BNZ, scan that QR code for your chance to win tickets to the Cells NBL this season. Giving away plenty, ticket to the big game, inspiring the next generation of basketballers with thanks to BNZ. What can the Bulls do late here? 11.8. Don't forget the Saints still have their BNZ player timeout as well. Hardy wants it in hand. Dougal Meter defensively now. Mazinski helps out. Underneath, Nwafo can't finish, and not enough time for Mazinski to call the BNZ player timeout. He wanted it, he knew about it, and that'll do us to the half. So the Bulls got back to within 4 in that second quarter, Natu. But the Saints lead by 14. They look good, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do. They're on, they're on pace to get 100 in this game again. And those statistics you drew up earlier in the game, we're starting to see, the Bulls have 12 turnovers already. They're on 24 game pace. And also the rebounding. They're struggling a bit. They're struggling. I think they're not out of the game yet. I think if they get back to running their sets more effectively and taking care of the ball, that's the first thing, then they can win this. They're still in the game.
It's a blue night so far here in the capital. Saints lead by 14. Chemist Warehouse stats coming right up. Don't go away. Namai Hokimai, welcome back to Wellington tonight. Half-time. Sal's NBL, Justin Nelson and Natu Tofale in the house with you. Lots of fans here. Thumbs up. Hope you're well. And the Saints fans certainly feeling good about things at the half-time break. They lead this one 51-37. Bulls did get back to within 4 during that second quarter. The Saints steadied, and there's a lot to like about the way they're playing tonight. Chemist Warehouse stats, and it's a battle of the big men at the moment, Natu.
Yeah, it is. It is. You look at Mazinski, 12 points. Gloga, 14 for the Bulls. Sean Bruce with 9, Aaron Harris with 9, Nick Marshall with 9, Puncher with 4, Flynn Cameron with, with that rebounding, Sean Bruce with 5, Marshall 5, Harris 3, Moquera 4 for the Bulls, Noka 4, 3, Cameron 3. Assists. The Alpha's got 6 game assists.
Been good, hasn't he?
Yeah. Sean Bruce 3, Flynn Cameron and the 2 Cameron brothers 4 and 2 respectively. Blocks, the 4 and Cameron with 1 each.
Wait till you see the steals. Heavily in the blue.
Ooh.
Harris and Liafa with 3 each. Mazinski with a couple as well. Chemist Warehouse Stats, of course, the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL. And some of the other stats worth noting, we've been talking about it right throughout the first half. 13 turnovers to the Bulls. 16 assists so far for the Saints. We saw them go 31 or 32 in their last game here against the Sharks. They're on track for that once again. Saints shooting at 53% tonight. Bulls at 50%. Rebound count in favour of the Saints, 19-16. So big second half coming your way. Bulls with some work to do. Can they get themselves back into this one? Saints lead by 14. Welcome back. Halfway there tonight in the Sal's NBL. The Saints lead by 14 over the Bulls. Saints looking for their 3rd win of the season. The Bulls looking for win number 5. Mixandpick.com poll. This is the way things are looking at the moment. Who's going to win tonight? Love to hear from you. 40% with the Bulls, 60% with the Saints. Interesting there on the point split as well. Natu Tafale rejoins me. 47%, so nearly half of the viewers who have voted tonight going with the Saints by 6+.
Interesting.
Let's have a look at the ladder at the moment in the Sal's NBL. Of course, it is week number 4 of the season, the opening week of amped April. The Rams with a win last night over the Airs. They look really good. The 2-time reigning champs, 4-1 on the season. 3 teams locked together on the same record, the Rams, the Fire and the Bulls. Such an important one for the Saints tonight. You can see them in 7th. They're trying to push up into the top half. They play the Jets on Sunday afternoon as well. Giants and the Panthers still searching for their first. We've got to say, I thought the Giants would be so much better than a 0-4 start. So hopefully they can turn that around soon. Here's the games coming up. 2 games tomorrow night. Panthers and the Nuggets. Sharks and the Tuatara. Will Hickey expected to line up for the Tuatara. Look forward to that. Giants and the Airs. Doesn't get any easier for the Giants, does it? Airs coming in off a loss as well. Fire and the Hawks tomorrow night. And I can tell you there's 3 games on Sunday, back to back to back. Nuggets at home to the Tuatara. So the Aucklanders on the southern swing. Jets and the Saints Sunday afternoon. That game also live and free on Sky Open. And the Panthers and Sharks on Sunday night. That game, by the way, is being played at the Stockyard. So for all of the fans heading out for that one, Panthers and the Sharks on Sunday evening. Rapid League at 5:30. Sal's NBL at 6:30. That game is being played at the home of the Bulls at the Stockyard. So you can get out there and see the Panthers and Sharks in action. Second half just about set for a start. Can the Saints continue on and grab the win tonight? Can the Bulls get themselves back into this one? Saints with the opening possession. Sean Bruce has had the job on Tay Hardy tonight, has completely shut him out of the game. Here he is. Up, takes contact off Tobias Harris. He knew straight away, sorry, Tobias Cameron, I should say. Just really smart work there from the 34-year-old Sean Bruce.
Yeah, just great opening set. And him and Hiram out the top there, just making the reads and getting into the paint and getting fouled.
What's he had, 13 or 14 years in the Australian NBL? Always love to talk about his hometown in country Victoria, Horsham. I know his mum and dad will be watching on tonight, maybe his brothers as well. Hope you're all well. So many good players have come from that region over the years. Mitch Creek, another one, another Horsham boy. And 2 added there for the Saints. So margin to a game-high 16 now. Loose pass there for the Bulls. Tobias Cameron late in the shot clock. And look who cleans it up.
He came up with an empty set. It wasn't really anything, really. The Saints did a great job of defending.
Oh, good work there.
Hands.
Nice hands from Tay Hardy. Maybe something here for the Bulls. They surround him. Sends it out to Gloger for 3. Probably just about 4 foot beyond his range. We've seen him hit 3 deep 2s tonight, haven't we?
Yeah.
Bulls are going to keep it here. Off that misplaced Saints rebound. Into Cameron. Now, whose hands that come off this time? Leading scorers tonight, if you've just joined us, for the Bulls, Till Gloger has 14. Their next best is Flynn Cameron, 8. Tay Hardy with just 3 points in the game. Nick Mazinski has 12 for the Saints. Sean Bruce up to 11 now. And you can add another 2 for Nick Marshall.
A great back cut for Nick Marshall there. Hiram Harris setting him up.
He's got 11 now, Nick Marshall. Gloger with another 2. He's really keeping the Bulls in this one tonight. He's got 16 now. Liafa.
Broken play. Ball.
Liafa's only scored 3 points, but he's been doing a lot of the setup work. Late in the shot clock here. Oh, on the cut. Unable to finish Marshall. Flynn Cameron up with it. Tay Hardy steps into a 3. Mazinski with a rebound. Tay Hardy just cannot land a blow. Came in averaging 22. Liafa flicks it out to Harris. Great setup for the Saints. That one in and out. Both teams getting some early looks here. Aquera with the miss. And again, just an empty passage.
Empty position. Too quick shot. Coach wouldn't be happy with that.
Marshall sends it inside. Mazinski just timed his jump and missed a bunny in the end. Got Aquera up early and just waited for him to land before going up himself. Cameron to Cameron. Here's Flynn. Sends it back out to brother Tobias into the corner. Aquera. Step back. 3. And again, just unable to drop for the Bulls. A battle on the boards. Tied up, and the Bulls will hold possession. Early change here for the Saints. Sean Bruce is going to take a break. Evans Jr. into the game. Just giving those older legs a bit of a rest. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Here's the battle down low. Liafa and Cameron. As you said, two Tall Blacks teammates.
Yeah. Just talking about the Bulls and taking quick shots in their position as they come down before even getting to a second or third side where they can really explore.
Gloger inside. We've talked a little bit about the Bulls defensively, number 2 in the league. They do average 86 a game offensively. They've been held to just 39. Evans Jr. back to Marshall. Harris wanted it. Marshall goes alone. Searching. Evans Jr. Penetration. He pulls it up and travels. So some good interior defense there from the Bulls. Evans Jr. straight back out of the game. Dougal Meter onto the floor. There's the travel. Just unable to hold his feet. Played well earlier tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Caslow Evans Jr.
You want him in that situation to go up with the shot. But
geez, that's a young bench for the Saints there. We just had that on camera. That is super young. They're another team in the Sal's NBL really trying to develop locally the Wellington Saints. Rams and the Giants do it so well. Turnover. Harris, in the end, waited for Marshall. And they've messed that up, the Saints. Aquera from the corner. Can't make him pay.
Another one-pass shot off position from the Bulls.
Marcel Jones about to come into the game. Harris. Mazinski just asking Hiram Harris, what are we running here? And in the end, not a lot. So a clumsy turnover there for the Saints. Throughout that whole possession, Nick Mazinski, we didn't have him on camera, but he was literally asking the players, his teammates, hey, what are we running here? What are we doing?
Both teams a little bit guilty of being sloppy in the first 4 minutes here.
Well, it's been 4-2 in the opening 4 and a bit minutes, so it hasn't been pretty. Varnol onto the floor for the Bulls. Flynn Cameron searching. Tobias in the corner. That's way off. Marshall, Bruce back onto the floor. Good hesitation. He misses underneath.
Everyone's missing.
Bulls did just enough there to put him off.
Comedy and errors. Both teams.
Maybe something here for Tobias Cameron. No. Mazinski with a rebound. Is that ball? I don't know. Do they need to wait? There you go. Yeah, there you go. And we've seen a lot of misses. We've seen passes slipping through hands, and Sean Bruce has stopped the game and said, we need this Molten to be cleaned up. Here's the miss underneath. Probably just a bit of experience and gamesmanship there from Sean Bruce as well. Flynn Cameron taking a seat. So too Till Gloger, Tay Hardy. So the Bulls are really trying to mix things up here, aren't they? Change it up, put the youngsters out there.
The youngsters out there.
Try and get something going. I don't mind it. Got to be careful though, because it's a very experienced Saints lineup out there, including that man right there, Sean Bruce. I wonder how long this experiment for the Bulls is going to last. Noir, Jones, Varno are all out there. Hunter Saville is out there as well, along with young Zion Anderson. So outside of Marcel Jones, this is their Rapid League lineup.
Great recognition by Brucey on that last position where he rejected the on ball and then just pulled up for a three-point shot. Just smart.
Well, Seth Glime's had enough. He set his starters down. He's really disappointed right now. Bruce, corner.
Great find.
Dougal, Mita, in and out. And a foul underneath. I reckon this is going to stay with the Saints. Foul is on KC Noir. There's the holding underneath. You can see that left arm around the neck or into the throat of Luca Richards. Easy pickup for the Bartercard officials. Is this more of a gamble by Seb Glime with these changes, or is this a message to his starters?
I think this is a message to his starters.
Let's see how long it lasts for. Marshall adds 2, off to the Chemist Warehouse. And the Saints power ahead, game high 21-point lead.
Sometimes, you know, those kind of moves by the coach works, and, you know, and it enables the young fellas to get in and do a job. And he's not definitely unhappy with the starters. You can just see the body language.
Marshall adds 1. It's officially now a 59-point turnaround from that semi-final last year when the Bulls won by 37. I know it doesn't mean anything, but still, definitely a complete change from what we saw back then.
Saints extending their defense now.
Saville, that's a tough shot. Noir had it, lost it. Saints with numbers again coming forward. Harris, Liafa out to Bruce for another 3. Well, you said it was all about sitting the starters down and just showing how unhappy he has been with them. Problem right now is for these youngsters, they're getting touched up, aren't they? The Saints are just powering away. Now to 25. There's the Bulls coaching staff. There's not a lot of that normal emotion coming from them right now. Anderson. Varno. Can they get something through Marcel Jones? Yes, they can.
The veteran.
Well, he would have started in the league, I would have thought. Well, certainly started playing basketball. Oh, another 2 for the Saints. Jones would have started playing basketball before some of his teammates on the floor right now were born, Natu.
Yeah. Yes.
Aquera's going to come back on here for the Bulls. Hiram Harris with the great finish at the basket.
He just played keeps and took advantage of Master, here he is playing keeps and just going to the rim. Great finish from Hiram Harris.
Aquera's come in for Marcel Jones. Bonus converted from the Chemist Warehouse. That's more funds being raised with thanks to Chemist Warehouse off every made free throw this season in the Sal's NBL. The money adds up and is going towards hoops in parks and hoops in schools. It's a wonderful initiative, and a big, big thank you to Chemist Warehouse for supporting what is needed right around the community.
Yeah,
the kids are out there crying out for more basketball hoops, and Basketball New Zealand is doing a great job along with Chemist Warehouse. Can the Bulls get some love offensively here? Gloger back on the floor. Zion Anderson pulls up the dribble. Young Saville for three. Hunter Saville on debut, just throwing right into the mix here. Dougal Meter, Mazinski. Mazinski's been fantastic tonight. Wants Marshall, finds him now. Marshall sends it out to Harris, into Mazinski. Mazinski and Gloger, big battle. Mazinski can't finish, loose ball. Pilcher
with the hustle.
Nearly keeps it alive, and now we start to see these changes back for the Bulls. Flynn Cameron on the floor, Tay Hardy as well. Just unable to keep it in there, Arthur Pilcher. Damage done in this third quarter. Dougal Meter with the foul. 16-5 run since half time. And let's not forget, what did we see? 2 baskets in the opening 2 or 3 minutes? 4 minutes?
4 minutes.
So the last 3 or 4 minutes have been all Mills, Albert, Wellington Saints. Flynn Cameron and Dougal Meter, a little bit of holding going on. Tay Hardy. He desperately needs to get going for this Bulls team. Foul underneath, heavy. Nick Marshall steps straight over. Saints just checking to see if Cameron's okay. He's come down hard here. Flynn Cameron. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Contact upstairs. Oh, that's a heavy finish. Coming down on that right hip. Good to see he's up on his feet, Flynn Cameron. Tough unit, just like the old man.
Yep, 100%. Spec up.
As if nothing's happened, Flynn Cameron brushes it off. And he'll step up to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Big season for him with Melbourne United. Free agent now.
Free agent.
Aussie NBL. There's a strong
suitors.
whisper, that he'll be headed to the Breakers. New ownership, of course, for the NZ Breakers. New basketball operations president, I think. They've given him the big title of president, Dylan Boucher. And I reckon this young man is right in their eyesight, Flynn Cameron.
Yeah. Change is good at the Breakers.
I'd be very, very surprised if Flynn Cameron is not wearing a New Zealand Breakers singlet next Australian NBL season. One to watch. Margin back to 23. Marshall with a head of steam. Bulls need everything to go right in the next couple of minutes. Hardy, Liafa now tracking him. Aquera gets Harris off the floor, goes underneath. Oh, was that a clean block? Mazinski, foul has been called. Mazinski saying, hey, all ball that was. Looked really clean from here, didn't it? Nick Mazinski can have a bit of a chuckle. It helps when you're 23 up, Natu. How'd you see this?
I'd say that was a clean block.
Looked it, didn't it? Gloger.
That's clean.
Converts the first. Let's see what he can do here with the second. 2 games tomorrow night in the Sal's NBL. Panthers at home to the Nuggets at Pullman Arena. 6:30 Rapid League, 7:30 Sal's NBL. Same times, but right down south, the Sharks take on the Tuatara. Catch and shoot, Liafa, back of the iron. Very, very lucky there, the Bulls, because that's his shot. Hardy, another turnover for him.
It's just great hands. Isaiah's just got great hands. He's able to keep positioning, stay in front of him, and then swipe down with his hands. And the Saints get another possession.
4th turnover for Tay Hardy. Just the 5 shots for him tonight.
There goes Cameron getting up. The Bulls really starting to get up and in from this defensive position.
Marshall, nowhere to go. Somehow manufactures a shot. Aquera did well to keep himself in play in the ball then. Flynn Cameron for 3. Been a low-scoring quarter for the Bulls. They've added just 8. Turnover for the Saints. What do you do if you're Tay Hardy in this last quarter? Such a good player, one of the best in the competition. He's well below what he expects. Don't worry about the rest of us. What does he do in this last quarter, Natu, to get himself going?
Yeah, I think he needs to get it. He needs to get to the rim, get a layup going, and then get his shots going. And the other thing is, his core role is to take care of the ball, run the plays, be a facilitator, and the offense will come after that.
Well, he's going at nearly 7 assists a game, just a couple today. Nick Mazinski thought he was pushed out of play there by Flynn Cameron. Flynn Cameron was very quick to walk away from the scene of the crime, if there was one. And the Bulls are going to get possession. I reckon Callum Welch there, yeah, I'm not sure what he was saying to the players, but Nick Mazinski, unlucky. Just love the fact that Flynn Cameron took off very, very quickly, didn't he? Late in the shot clock at 5. Tay Hardy pulls up for 2. 67 plays 45. I think the Saints will use all the time here. Marshall to Harris on the move. Harris, Mazinski. And that gets the crowd up at 3/4 time. Big play for the Saints to finish what was a pretty somber 3rd quarter for the Bulls. And that margin is 24. The Saints rubbing some salt into the wounds late. Stick with us. One to play here tonight in the capital.
Time for a Boston move, ladies and gentlemen. To go along with the South Angels race team. They're giving you some goodies. We got t-shirts, got balls. We're going to be up dancing with our angels. Only got about 10 seconds, ladies. Quick and sharp. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back to the Capitol. All about the team in blue tonight. They're out by 24. Scoring hard to come by in that 3rd quarter, but still the Saints won it 18-8. And it's going to take a miracle from here, you would think, for the Bulls. Sal's NBL. And of course, that means Sal's Super Specials. The large cheese pizza is this week's special. $25.99, available till next Tuesday. What are you looking for from the Bulls here in this last quarter, Natu?
Just some control from one of the guards. Somebody just to take control of the situation on offense, get them through their stuff for the Bulls, and then be aggressive on the defensive end.
Dougal Meter. What a start for him and the Saints in this last quarter. And that's what he does. He's a three-point specialist. And he can shoot from distance. You've got to get out to that. Gloger. He's been a shining light tonight for the Bulls, hasn't he?
He's been solid. Really solid. That gets him up to 19 points, I think, for the game.
It is. Next best scorer for the Bulls, Flynn Cameron with 10. Here's Bruce to Harris to Bruce. Not sure Sean Bruce wanted that back. He was in amongst the trees. Gloger. Another two? No, unable to finish.
He's been their one shining light tonight, Gloger. Playing tough, playing hard.
The Bulls have got to sit down till next week, so they're going to have a fair bit of time to think about this one. In and out for Sean Bruce. Here's Cameron. Pass well wide of David Aquera. And that'll go down as turnover number 17 for the Bulls tonight. 12 points off turnovers for the Saints. Saints leading the points in the paint 40-22. Second chance points 10-4. They really have dominated every facet of tonight's game, and the scoreboard shows that.
Yeah, they have.
Been a good bounce back from them after going down to the Rams last Sunday by 18. They've looked really strong tonight at both ends of the floor as well. Turnover there, number 18, Aquera stepping on the sideline.
So what, they've hit their average, or they're over their average? Turnovers?
Came in averaging a league high 17 per game. Bruce. Marshall with a lot of space here for three. And off the hands of Liafa.
It's just the speed, the execution of the Saints where the Bulls are struggling to keep up with that.
Bulls next game, next Wednesday night at home. They play the Canterbury Rams. That's what's coming their way. Sliding the foot, Coca Gray called for the travel. So that's what's ahead of the Bulls next up. That's a mighty task based on what we've seen from the Rams so far. Shea Illy in the house tonight. He's not too far away for Saints and Saints fans. I think we'll see him in the next few weeks. What a nice addition he is to this Wellington Saints team. You can see what Isaiah Liafa was trying to do there. Yeah, the Bulls have got the Rams next up.
It's going to be a tough one. What can I say?
Well, I know you're looking for words, aren't you? It's a buzzsaw right now, the Rams. And they've still got two imports to add to that team as well. Let's not forget that.
Really impressed with the young guys in their bench.
That's well short off the hand of Coca Gray. Sean McDonald and CJ Penner to come into that Rams team. Maybe Penner as early as that game next week against the Bulls. I think Sean McDonald might still be a few away with that foot injury. Mazinski, like his game tonight. Doubled here, down low, sends it out to Marshall, and they're going to run out of time. Feels like it's been a bit of a clumsy second half. Bulls are struggling to score. Saints have had their fair share of turnovers as well tonight, 15 for them. MVP tonight. Who's your vote? 22% Nick Marshall at the moment. Mazinski's got 21%. Gloger with 15%. Another miss there for the Bulls, and the Saints come up with it. Your MVP tonight, Natu?
Mazinski. I'll go with Mazinski. He's done a good job of anchoring the defense and rebounding and getting deflections.
14 points at 75% tonight. Nick Mazinski, 9 rebounds, 2 steals and an assist. And add another 2 for Hiram Harris. He's up to 14.
Nice two-man game from Harris and Sean Bruce. Here's Pilcher again. I like what he's doing on defense.
Jones with the pass inside to Tobias Cameron. There's no doubt that Aaron Young's instruction to every single Saints player tonight was, if you get on the floor and you're near Tay Hardy, make life tough for him. Because no matter who has gone to Hardy, they have all worn him so closely. Bruce with the miss.
He's trying to initiate contact and get that foul.
Tobias Cameron fouled by either Sean Bruce or Hiram Harris. One of them will get it. It'll be Bruce. Tobias Cameron tonight, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 5 turnovers as well. Mind you, he hasn't been alone there. Aquera with 5 turnovers. Tay Hardy with 4. Flynn Cameron with 4. Here's Hardy on Marshall. Pilcher with the foul. He's energetic after Pilcher, isn't he?
I like his energy. He gets after it.
Got a big frame for a young man. Not afraid to mix it up. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, just stuck that hip straight into the side of Cameron.
He didn't play much of that third quarter, Tobias Cameron.
Well, he was one of those 5 starters that spent a long time sitting on the bench. Coach Sebastian Gleim was definitely sending a message to his starters through that third quarter. We got a technical foul here on Marcel Jones.
No, it's just a foul.
Just a common foul.
Slap of the hand. Just no need to do that. You know, like.
Just wondering why everyone was walking down the other end of the court. Then I thought maybe something had been said. Mazinski, they're listening to you, the fans. Natu, the viewers. He's got 38% of the vote now. Noir with a block. Hardy on the run, running into a sea of blue and finishing. So finally something going down for Tay Hardy. It's been a really tough night for him. He moves up to 5 points. Timeout called by the Saints, out by 21 with 4:53 to play. We've talked about the Rams and what they've done so far this season. We saw the ladder up on screen at halftime. What about the Fi?
The Fi.
4-1. Really tidy start to season 2025.
Absolutely. They're the team.
Best defense in the league, by the way.
They've surprised a lot of people with the way they're playing at the moment. Cruz Perrott Hunt, for me, playing phenomenal basketball at the moment.
They've got the Hawks on Saturday night. The Fi, they're at home. Hawks haven't seen their team list for this weekend just yet. That'll come out tomorrow. A lot of interest there will be whether the full contingent of the Illawarra Hawks come in. Dan Greeder, LeBullock and Luka Yates.
Good to watch Luka Yates.
And the coach. And
Sam Green, obviously. Luka Yates, Kiwi born. It'll be interesting to see how he plays.
Well, they did something similar last season, of course. The GM, Jared Kenny, and the Hawks, they picked up Rasmussen with a Kiwi passport, and I think that got under the guard of everyone, and they may have just done it again with Luka Yates. So they're about to get stronger. They've had a good start to the season, the Hawks, with their young contingent. I reckon the Saints just got it across halfway then.
Yeah. I mean, I would have seen that. I would have liked to see that kind of pressure
earlier on.
In the game.
Liafa for 3. And unfortunately for Cameron, he's come down off that rebound and landed on the baseline. So the Saints will get it back.
That was all Pilcher. Just good jamming.
Marshall. Oh, Cameron's going to get done here for pushing through Hiram Harris. So I think Tobias Cameron's been picked up for the foul here. Barnacle officials having a chat. Hiram Harris certainly thinks it's the Saints ball. He's off. Let's see what the call is here. Amy Jo Clark and Callum Welsh having a chat. Foul is on Tobias Cameron. So Saints will keep possession. There's Tobias Cameron.
Yeah, he went right through Hiram's chest.
Hard night for him as well. He's not alone. Bulls held to just 53. I'd love to know what their lowest ever score is in the Cells NBL. This feels like it's going to be somewhere in the ballpark. Harris got it up.
Short on that.
Good defense by Jones. Little hand there is going to be a foul. Arthur Pilcher.
Is that man again?
He's your favourite right now, isn't he?
Just
Natu Tafale liking what he's seeing tonight from Arthur Pilcher. Peyton Hughes into the game for Harrison Coker-Gray.
This is what I like to see in young players. They're not scared to go out there and compete with imports, with Tall Blacks, and he's competitive. He's a competitor.
Arthur Pilcher?
Yeah. Competitor.
Well, I think we've seen a lot of that come out of the Rapid League, of course, because these players are getting to play and they're building their confidence. There's the man you talk of. Marshall met by Cameron with the block. 3:40 to play. Foul there on Liafa. And that's what I was talking about before. Tay Hardy just has not had easy passage at all. There's the block getting up Tobias Cameron.
It's twice now Marshall's been blocked in this game, I think. First half it was in a 4. Well,
just saw Seb Gleim on screen. Recently announced that he'll finish up at the end of this season with the Bulls. He's headed back to Germany, picked up, I shouldn't say being given, picked up a really good job back there in Frankfurt, I believe. A GM's role, so he's going to be doing the work behind the scenes. We wish him well. He's got unfinished business here, of course, in season 2025. Bruce. Just bobbled out, didn't it? Margin at 17, so the Bulls hanging in there with some late points. Cameron will head off to the Chemist Warehouse here. Free throw shooting tonight. The Saints 6 of 6. The Bulls 9 of 14. So not a lot of action at the stripe tonight. Mind you, when you've got 34 turnovers in the game, it's been one of those nights, hasn't it? Rebound count, Saints lead that 38-34. Cameron puts that down. He has 8. Gloger, the leading Bulls player, with 19. And another miss there for the Bulls. 10 of 16 from the stripe. Bruce has won that matchup tonight against Hardy. Mazinski's been involved in everything. He's your MVP tonight, Natu. We'll check in with the fans again in a moment. Mazinski short on the shot. Harris tries to keep it alive. Ends up with Peyton Hughes. And Marshall with the rebound. Just feels like this game is seeing out time, isn't it? Looking for something exciting. Maybe now. Tobias Cameron picks the pocket of Marshall, lays it in for 2. And we're going to have a timeout to the Saints. Back to 16. Did get out to as much as 27. So the Bulls have battled back. They've won this last quarter 15-5. Nick Mazinski He's getting the vote with the fans, though, tonight. Who's your MVP? Scan that QR code and let us know your thoughts. Natu Tofale going with Nick Basinski, and it looks like the viewers are with you.
Oh.
What have you liked about his game?
Just solid both ends. Defensively, he's anchored the defense, warming up on dribble penetration, helping on the weak side, getting deflections, steals, and tidying up, scoring the 14 points, 16 points. So just a general great all-round game.
Still to come in week 1 of Amped April. Panthers and Nuggets tomorrow night. Sharks and Tuatara tomorrow night as well. Giants in the Airs on Saturday afternoon. That'll be a sellout at the Trafalgar Centre. Giants searching for their first win of the season. The Airs went down to the Rams last night. Firing the Hawks on Saturday night. And then 3 games on Sunday. Back to back to back. Nuggets and the Tuatara. Jets and the Saints. Panthers and the Sharks. Turnover, another one. This time against the Saints. Hardy pulls it out. 2 minutes to play. Corner. 3. Down it goes for Peyton Hughes. He'll enjoy that one, the young man. And we're back to 11, just quietly amongst all of that. No wonder Seb Glime is back up off his seat. Yeah. Nick Marshall, does he kill it off? He doesn't, flying through Liafa Harris. Time on the side of the Saints. Bruce. Marshall now. Bruce wide open for 3. That'll fall short. Bulls need to go quickly. They can't afford to waste too much time here. Another basket here makes it interesting. Peyton Hughes on the drive, back out to Cameron, to Hardy, on Bruce. Hardy finds a way inside, down it goes. We're at 9. Seb Glime wants his team up, putting the pressure on. And a foul, Hardy stepping across on Bruce. They do have a couple of fouls to give. Timeout here for the Bulls coming up. I reckon they just sense something special here, the Bulls. Yeah. They have dominated this last quarter. They've come from the clouds. They were down by 27, 20-5 last quarter.
Forced some turnovers themselves. Managed to get up and in.
Do you have
a bit of press action?
Do you have confidence? Do you have confidence, Natu?
No.
None?
No, well.
Some.
There's some, but 9.
Well, earlier tonight we saw 9 points scored in 60 seconds, so it can happen.
Can.
There's Seb Glime. He's just going to want relentless pressure here. They've got a foul to give. Both teams have their BNZ player timeout. But remarkably, the Saints are in concrete. They've stopped. And we're down to 9. It does not seem that long ago we were talking about a 27-point margin. Some late nerves here for the Saints. The Logic Franklin Bulls are coming. They're charging hard.
Well, the Saints have been sloppy this quarter. They're the sloppy ones this quarter.
And look at this, pressure up the floor now. Bruce pushes Cameron away once, twice. Shot clock at 10. Bruce gets some space, pulls up. He can't hit it. Oh, they get it back. Big offensive rebound, Marshall, and now Hardy commits a foul. Bulls need everything to go right. No Gloger out there at the moment off the glass. 43 seconds. There he is, Till Gloger sitting. Bruce finds a way. and it doesn't finish. So now the ball's got to go quickly. Hardy senses the urgency. Splits the gap off the glass for 2. We're at 7 with 28.6. The late run here by the Bulls, remarkable stuff. Pressure up the floor.
This is what I like to see. This is what they should have done in the first quarter.
Yes, Cameron to Jones. Another 2. Timeout, Saints.
Timeout from...
We are back to 5. Where has this run come from? The crowd is stunned. The silence here in the arena, remarkable.
Well, it's pretty simple. Coach is saying, look, get up and in, and the press action coming in and forcing turnovers.
26-5 last quarter. Mazinski still got the vote. Marshall there as well. Glover on 17%. I'll tell you what, you've certainly got the Arthur Pilcher fans out of their seats tonight, Natu. 13% of the vote. Tay Hardy all of a sudden up to 11. Now, they've got to play defense. They're not going to bring Glover back out. They're going to stick with the 5 that they had. Probably for good reason. We're at 5. Saints to advance the ball here, or do they bring it in baseline? I think they're going to advance. So shot clock will be at 14. They do have their BNZ player timeout. Game clock at 18.6. Bulls are going to be desperate here. 1-to-1, man-to-man. Hardy's got Harris. Peyton Hughes has Bruce. Jones has Mazinski.
Switching.
Foul straight away. So that'll put Sean Bruce to the Chemist Warehouse. They're in the bonus. And that probably wasn't unexpected, was it? Don't get the steal, foul straight away.
They had to. Got to stop the clock. 2-position game at the moment.
Sean Bruce, 2 of 2 from the stripe tonight. He's 88% on the season. Gee, that's probably gone up. It's probably closer to 90%. Doesn't miss often. Bulls to get a timeout on a make here. You would think if this misses, whoever grabs it for the Bulls, if they grab it, BNZ play a timeout. Second one good. Ice. Sean Bruce. Margin back to 7. Timeout Bulls. Man, what a game. They've just come from nowhere. And if nothing else, when you look for confidence when you're down by 27, at least they're going to take some confidence.
Well, this showed a bit of effort, just a bit of effort, and then defensively getting stops.
Fan of Aubrey Chunga there in the crowd, 16 years of age. The young Saint made his debut tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Saints back in action Sunday afternoon. They head up the highway to Palmerston North. First home game of the season for the Jets. When was the last time the Jets had a sellout, Nato? I know you were there for the last few years. I can't remember one in my time here since 2019.
We in the years I was, 3 years I was here, there was no sellout. But close to it.
Maybe Sunday.
Yeah.
How good would that be?
Oh, great for the community.
If they can sell out Fly Palmy Arena on Sunday with the Saints coming to town, that'd be huge. So here we go, 17.5. Got to go quickly, the Bulls. Big 3 would be great. Peyton Hughes catches, can't get it up, shut down by Liafa. Jones can't handle it. Liafa has skidded out of court there.
Yeah, Isaiah Liafa blew that play up.
Came out quickly on defense. Hand up. Great lesson there for defenders.
Yeah.
What do they do here? 12.4. Did really well there, Liafa. Took some valuable seconds off the clock as well. Peyton Hughes can hit threes. You can see him there by himself out on the wing. Can they thread a pass out? Anxious Seb Gleim, anxious Aaron Young. He thought his night was just about done when they led by 27. And then this 24-7 run down the stretch by the Bulls.
We haven't seen Flynn Cameron since
Been a while, hasn't it?
third quarter.
Played 29.5 minutes, sitting with a couple of fouls. He did cop that really heavy knock to the hip, remember? So maybe precautionary.
Measure.
Floors had a good clean. Here we go, 12.4. Hardy to bring it in and get it back and shoot. Looks short, looks off. Jones, a block by Harris. They go again through Peyton Hughes. And you reckon that'll do us. The Saints to get the win. 0.7. And Bruce will go to the Chemist Warehouse. Probably lucky there, the Bulls, on an unsportsmanlike foul mid-court. Bruce actually had his singlet pulled from behind. I think that's maybe what he's talking about there. Did anyone see it? We saw it. Just a tug of the singlet. In the end, he was fouled anyway. And we saw what he just did from the stripe. I don't think he'll miss these. 5 of 5. Over 90% on the season from the Chemist Warehouse. 20 points for him tonight, 6 rebounds, and add another one. BNZ player timeout called. The Bulls looking for one last shot. But importantly for the home fans, the Saints are going to score the win. Saints want to sub. You can't sub in a BNZ player timeout, so that's not going to happen. There's the QR code. Ticket to the big game with thanks to BNZ. Scan away, fill in your details, your chance to win tickets to this season's games with thanks to BNZ. 0.7. Catch, turn, shoot. Last shot, there it is. Jones for 3. Down it goes. That'll count. Right on the buzzer. A late basket there for the Bulls. And in the end, Natu Tofele, believe it or not, a respectable 6-point margin.
It was sort of not a game of two halves, but a game of...
Well, it was a game of 3 quarters and 1 quarter.
1 quarter.
24, in fact, make that 27-9 last quarter for the Bulls. They get it back to a respectable 6, as we've said, after being 27 down. And I reckon both teams take messages out of this game, don't they?
Absolutely. 100%.
Nick Mazinski, there he is on camera. He's your game MVP. Thanks to all of our viewers and fans for voting tonight. A popular choice, and he did have a big game. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats.
Sean Bruce with 21 points, Hiram Harris 14, Nick Marshall 14 for the Bulls. Gloger had 19, Marcel Jones 12, Hardy with 11. Rebounds, Mazinski had 10 for the Saints.
Double-double.
Yeah. Marshall 8, Bruce 6, Harris 6. Oqueta for the Bulls 8. Assists, the Alpha had 8. 8 assists. 8 assists. Cameron Hardy had 5 each for the Bulls. And blocks, Nick Marshall had 1, Cameron had 2. The 4 had 1, and Coco Gray had 1.
A lot of steals for the Saints, 13 for them tonight. Harris leading the way with 5. All of the stats with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. The Saints get the win by 6. Bulls storm home. Just not enough to get the job done in the end. Saints return to the winner's circle. That's what's coming up tomorrow night. Panthers and the Nuggets. Sharks and the Tuatara. A couple of games on Saturday. Giants and the Airs Fire and the Hawks. 3 games on Sunday. Nuggets and the Tuatara. Jets and the Saints. Panthers and the Sharks. That'll do us for a Thursday night in the Sal's NBL. I hope you enjoyed it wherever you may have been watching throughout New Zealand and right around the world. Saints with the win. They move to 3-2 on the season. 2nd loss of the season for the Bulls. They're 4-2 In the end, it looked like a blowout, and then the Bulls came charging home. Not enough in the end. Saints by 6.